This is the true story of the consequences for Marin of garbage and indifference. The story's tragic ending is being written now, and if you want a different outcome, you'll need to raise your voice now. Garbage is a fact of life and will be until we adopt and execute a zero-waste strategy to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Until that happens, we and our elected officials need to deal with garbage carefully. Where we dump it matters greatly in terms of threats to the environment, particularly water, and to human health. Here is Sonoma County's central landfill site. It's located on ranch land outside Petaluma, well inland, well above sea level, on dry, solid ground with a liner in place beneath it. The Sonoma County Central Landfill is owned and operated by Sonoma County. Well managed and efficiently run, it now operates as a garbage transfer station, a resource recovery park, a composting facility, and an electricity generator, producing 7.5 megawatts from its methane gas, enough to power the dump and more than 5,600 homes as well. 98% of Sonoma's green waste is delivered here and chipped and composted in windrows you can see in the film, then sold as compost and mulch on site. It won the National Recycling Coalition's 2004 Outstanding Government Program Award. It has been closed as a dump, however, because despite its liner, polluted dump liquid called leachate is escaping and contaminating groundwater, and the cost of fixing it is greater than the cost of shipping the county's garbage elsewhere, up to 43% of it, or 516 tons a day, to Marin. If the prudently located, exceptionally well-managed Sonoma County dump can be closed because of leachate contamination, how much greater is the danger to Marin from our own dump? For this is Marin's watery garbage dump, the Redwood Landfill. The dump in places is only 10 feet from San Antonio Creek and the largest tidal marsh in California, leading to the Petaluma River and ailing San Pablo Bay. Marin's dump is below sea level, which is rising thanks to global warming, surrounded by water on 3 sides, on porous tidal wetlands, in the middle of a floodplain, between 2 earthquake faults. It has no liner, and its base, which is undercut by many, many sloughs, is within inches of groundwater, a conduit for polluted dump leachate that could drain into the wetlands, poisoning them. The Redwood Landfill is owned and operated by Waste Management Incorporated, a $13 billion multinational conglomerate, the largest garbage company in America and a consistent violator of waste handling and hauling laws, $84 million in fines and shared liability with other polluters for landfill cleanups in just the last 6 years. Here in Marin, it has had major problems as well, including at least one huge 8.6 million gallon leachate spill into San Antonio Creek. In November 2006, one of the old levees protecting the wetlands collapsed, resulting in emergency repairs. Waste Management's permit required it to reconstruct those levees a decade ago, but it failed to do so. In this location, under this management, our 5 county supervisors and 7 planning commissioners are considering Waste Management's demands to expand the Redwood landfill into a regional garbage dump. Under the least of the proposals, the dump would take in 36% more garbage than at present, nearly all of it from outside Marin, and pile it up to make a 166-foot-high, steep-sided garbage mountain taller than the Marin Civic Center sphere. The location is so unsuitable, the California Integrated Waste Management Board said in commenting on the expansion proposal, quote, "If proposed today as a new facility in California, Redwood Sanitary Landfill would not have been located in such an environmentally sensitive wetlands as it is now situated. If a new local dump would not be allowed at the site, how could an expanded regional dump there warrant even a moment's thought?" Experts agree that all landfills will fail at some point, leaving a toxic mess to clean up. What benefits will accrue to Marin in exchange for this sacrifice of our wetlands and their defenseless inhabitants? The Marin dump has over 17 years of life remaining, plenty of time for environmental groups and county officials to work together to find sensible alternatives and move Marin forward on a path that focuses not on disposal, but on reduce, reuse, and recycle. In the near future, a large regional landfill on our wetlands would not be necessary. So a coalition of environmental and community groups is petitioning Marin County to reject Waste Management's proposed expansion. Our criticism of the Environmental Impact Report has compelled a careful review and a delay in decision-making. But the expansion proposal is still being seriously considered, and Marin's planning commissioners and board of supervisors need to consider the public interest that they are entrusted to serve. The county supervisors and planning commissioners need to hear from you, their constituents. Ask them to answer these key questions. 1. Why doesn't Marin have an independent dump monitor reporting to the community like Alameda County does? Because of the thousands of trucks that dump garbage at the Redwood landfill each week, only one is inspected by Waste Management. And testing for leachate contamination is performed only a few times a year by Waste Management. 2. Is the garbage mountain seismically stable? The EIR states in the event of a 7.0 earthquake, considerable structural damage would likely occur. 3. Why can't Marin ban green waste from the landfill and require composting instead? Green waste from our green bins goes right into the dump today, creating methane gas as it decomposes under the pile, significantly contributing to global warming. 4. Who, other than our kids and grandkids, will pay for the potentially hundreds of millions of dollars in cleanup costs when the dump fails after it closes? Why can't Waste Management be required to insure against that risk now? Please, call your supervisor now. 499-7331. Go to www.noexpansion.org for more information and what else you can do to help. Thank you.